Hello class, I wanted to walk you through this week's assignment. Things are a little bit different, as I said in the announcements. We'll start with Microsoft Word, and I want to show you how to actually do the project, and then how to check your score and resubmit for a higher grade. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is go into my week 6 folder, and I'm going to come down here to Word 1 project. And so generally all of these projects are going to have a starter file, and so I'm going to start. So here you see that you need to download instructions, and all of them, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Microsoft Access, are going to have instructions, and then they'll have a project file. And sometimes they'll include other files, like this one includes an image. So the first thing I want to do is download the instructions. Then I'm going to download. It's very important that you use this file. It has your name on it, and it's unique to you. You can't reuse someone else's file or reuse a file from last semester. You need to use your file for this class. And then I'll download that one. And then you see where it says upload. This is where I'll come back and upload my work. Very important. Your download file will have a 1 at the end of it. You'll need to change it to a 2, and that will be the first step in our instructions. So what I'm going to do is just minimize this because I'm going to come back to it once I finish my assignment. So let me go to my downloads folder, and I will get the files I just downloaded. Let's see. Give me a minute to find them. Okay, so now I have my files downloaded, and when they come in, you'll have to enable the editing on them. And then what I like to do is put them side by side. So that was here are my instructions. I'll put it on this side, and then and sometimes you have to play with it. You can come down here and make the window a little bit, the document a little bit smaller, so you can fit them both on one screen. And so here's what you'll do. You'll just work it side by side. You'll see it where it says, open the file, then save the file. And what you're going to do, and you need to save this to your computer. So don't save it to your OneDrive, because then you'll have to re-download it back to your computer before you can upload it in to Blackboard. So I'm just going to create a new folder here for this. But what I'm going to do is change this to a 2, and all I have to do is come right here and click and backspace and call it a 2. If you don't do that, Sam will not accept your work, and you will have a hard time. You'll have to go back and find it and change it. Okay, so here, and as I like to go through, and I've already downloaded. It says to ensure that my first name and last name is in my document. It is. And then, so what I do is I will highlight what I've done. That way I can keep up with it. And then it also tells me there's a footer that should display my name, and it does. Alright, so so now you get into the project steps. And so it tells you, begin by changing the theme colors to green, make the picture of the umbrella, changes to this, and you'll work all the way through this document until you're finished doing everything it asks you to do, and it even gives you a picture of what it should look like when you're done. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this and go ahead and do the assignment, and I'll make some intentional mistakes so that then I can show you how to upload it and then correct your mistakes and re-upload it. Alright, so one moment. Well, hi again. So I have completed my assignment, and right now I've got my assignment on the right and I've got the example on the left, and at first glance it looks pretty good. I did make some intentional mistakes, but what I want to do now is show you how to submit this and then we'll check the score. So what we'll do is we're going to go back to Blackboard. If you didn't minimize the window, go back to Blackboard. We'll click on the project. And generally it will come up behind Blackboard, so you'll have to go down, and so I'll click Start, and then here I'm going to choose my file. Okay, so I'm going to go to, remember I created a folder called example, so I'm going to go back to there, and I'm going to make sure it's got a 2 on the end, and I'm going to submit it. I'll just click Submit, and it just takes a minute. Tells me the assignment is submitted. So okay, great, everything's submitted, everything looks good. This is how you check your score. Go back to Blackboard. Over here where it has my SAM grades, you're going to click my SAM grades. This is the first time that you have done this, so this is very important. Again, it shows up behind, where is it? SAM grades. Let me come back. My SAM grades. Oh, and then once you click that, you click my SAM grades here. Now it should come up. So now you're going to see this window. This is the SAM dashboard. You are going to click Reports. You probably only have one section. I have a bunch, so I'm going to go to your section. And you can see I submitted it earlier, and this is my second attempt at 10:49. So I want to click Report. It downloads down at the bottom, and now I can see my score. Well, I made an 85 out of 100, but check this out. So I'm going to enable editing on this and make it a little smaller so we can see it. Let me make sure it's in the frame. I want my original file up next to it, side by side. So let me see this. Was that it? Yep. Okay, so now it tells me, alright, well, the first thing that I did not do was I didn't change the word auditions using uppercase, and you might find that you do this. It's very important that you pay attention to the trainings, because if they say uppercase, they don't mean type it all in all caps. They mean you need to find the command that makes it uppercase. So what I'm going to do is go here and fix it by going up here. See this little change case? This is what they're looking for. They wanted it uppercase. I know, but they're trying to teach you where that, what that tool is. You could type it in all caps, yes, but that's a quick and easy way to get everything uppercase. So I fixed that. The second thing is April 5th should be formatted using bold. So I'll come over here and highlight, and then I'll just use my little quick toolbar. And then come down here, and it says, okay, the paragraph shading lime accent to 60%. It tells me that that's what I should have used, and apparently I didn't. So I'm going to highlight that again, click my home tab so I can see. I'll come up here, and these little shading things, if you hover over them, it tells you what it is. So I used accent 3 lighter 60%, and it was supposed to be accent 2 lighter 60%. So I'm going to do that. I think I have all of the things changed now that was asked for. So what I'm going to do now is come over here, and I'm going to save. I'm just going to save right over the top of my file. I'm not going to rename it or anything. And then I'm going to go back to my project link in week 6 right here. Oh, did it open? Oh, yep, it showed up behind. So now see, it tells me I only have one submission left. So here's the deal. You can correct your mistake and resubmit it using this. You can submit 3 times. So you submit your original, check your score, make your corrections, resubmit. You can look at it another time and then correct it again and resubmit. And I take the highest of the 3. So I'm going to click Start, and I'm going to choose my file that I just corrected, same file, and then submit. And then we'll go back and check the score and see if I made 100 this time. And I mean, it's very easy to make 100 on these, because you do get these extra chances. So I'm going to go back to my SAM grades, and then I'll check reports again. Make sure I'm in the right section. Okay, so here's my third submission. So I'm going to click report. It downloads. I'm going to look at it. And now I have 100 out of 100. So I don't really need to enable editing. That's all I needed to see, was that I had 100 out of 100. Here's another hint. If you have a big monitor or a couple double screens or whatever, you can actually, and this is what I would do if I was a student to make it more efficient, do double duty. You know, pull your training up on one side and your project on the other side. And that way, as you're doing your project, if you can't remember how to do something like add a border, your training task is right there. So pick off your training tasks as you're doing your assignment, and that way you're kind of killing two birds with one stone. All right, so that's it. If you have any questions, you know you can always reach out to me. I'm here for you and your success. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Like I said, call me with issues. Thanks.